So at the moment of recording this, I have 59,000 followers on Instagram, 70,000 something on TikTok, but 2,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. And honestly, I would wish to have the higher numbers on the music and the lower numbers on social media, because I see myself as an artist, not a content creator. And full disclosure, I am not making a full living of creative work, either social media or the music at the moment, but I am lucky enough that it is self-fulfilling or self-serving in the way that all my creative costs are covered by the creative income. I also want to clarify that I am in no way complaining to having all these followers on social media. I appreciate every single one of you. But going into 2025, I am going to do some things differently so that the social media aligns better with my artistry and with my music endeavors. But before going into all the things I'm doing differently in 2025, I think you need some backstory of what I have done and what I have tried. So let's rewind back a bit. I started my account, Instagram, while I was still studying my double masters to become an engineer and a teacher in computer science and math. And personally, I wasn't a big fan of social media. I still prefer to have my interactions in real life with people face to face. But I also knew already back then that I was serious about becoming a musician and a professional creative. So I created that artist account. But at the time I was living in a small student apartment, and it was the same room that I was living in, sleeping in, studying in, working extra in. So every time I wanted to do content, I had to reorganize the entire room, set up the lights, so every little post became a big project. And I had no strategy at all going into it. Having no strategy going into filming the content made the content non-cohesive and some really cringy and weird posts. If you scroll down, please don't, but if you do, they are still up there, because it's almost like a diary to have all the posts up. But yeah, no strategy, very weird. And also I thought everything had to be very high quality and be creative and new thinking. So everything became such an energy thief to do, which made it unsustainable and also very low amount of output. At the same time, I was also doing a lot of music. I was studying, and then after studies I was producing music. I was doing so much music, but I wasn't finishing a lot of music. There was many ideas, many things, but nothing finished. And I regret that so bad that I didn't release all those songs, because looking back, I still love a lot of the ideas I created, but I let my professionalism or my goal to be professional stop me from sharing my joy and my fun in these projects. So during the entire sort of student era, I didn't really get anywhere in the music career. I did get connections and gigs in real life and made some really cool stuff, but it didn't really move the needle that much. So with that said, let's move in to the next era. What happened when I was done with studying? When the studies were done, I couldn't live in my student apartment anymore. So I went back to my parents' place for a bit, and my grandpa's sister was so nice to me and let me use her extra bedroom as a studio. So I set up an impromptu studio in that bedroom so that I could make music while being at my parents' place. During this time, I had so much free time, and the only thing that was spinning in my head was, if I don't get serious now, if I don't start creating content, if I don't start pursuing gigs, careers, connections, I will never do it. So I have to do it now to sort of prove to myself that what I want is actually what I want, and I'm ready to put the work in. So here's what I did then. Note, this is not what I'm gonna do into 2025, but I want to sort of give you my thought process of how I was starting to take it seriously, so you will understand the learnings I got from that. So what I did was I reached out to a friend who I knew had a camera, and I said my mission. Also, Jesper is behind the camera right now. Say hi, Jesper. And I said, okay, at the moment I only get 300 views, but I am super serious. This is my plan. I want to make content, and I would love someone that is so passionate about videography and photography as I am about music. Do you want to just have a go at creating content together and see what happens? And as you can tell, he said yes. So we took a test shoot session in my grandpa's sister's bedroom, which is now my studio. And before I did any content with Jesper, I got 300 views. The first post we posted got around 1,000 views. So we sort of knew directly that we were going in the right direction. But the mindset was all about views. We thought that getting more views would mean successful career and money. So we started doing challenges. Let's start with pick the sound, all of these gimmicky videos, because we knew that that would get more engagement. And it did. We grew a lot. And within the first 6 months, I believe, we got our first viral video. 10 million views. But the song wasn't released. The snippet that got viral was just an improvised little bit, and it didn't even sound like anything that I had on Spotify at the time. So we rushed to release the song, but it took 2 weeks and a lot of self-doubt, and is this good enough? And it's still only at 20,000 streams. And you know, we thought that 10 million views would solve my entire career, but it did not. So here is what we're doing differently in 2025. Let's start with the short form content. I will do quick improvisations. I will do reflections on where I'm at or the music I'm making. I will do song breakdowns. I will do short live performances of the songs I'm making, collaborations with others, and hopefully more sponsored content. But the thing that I will consider now in 2025 is that my short form content, my social media, is the display window into me as an artist. So it needs to be cohesive in sound. And if something goes viral within 1 or 2 scrolls, you should get to something that really explains who I am as an artist, or a song that hooks you. So it needs to be more cohesive with my sound and artistry, so that you know what you sign up for when you press that follow button. For longer form content, the strategy is, or my plan is, to do longer jams, upload live performances or snippet of live performances, and rants like these. But for me, it's important that I am not trying to make a YouTube career. My goal is not to be a YouTuber. The goal with my YouTube channel is for you who are curious about me, my thoughts, or the mind of a creative, have somewhere to dive more into me and my thoughts. I believe that a person watching this is curious about what I have to say, and so I'm not gonna focus on retention or doing videos that will blow up or go viral. This is about me talking to you, and that is what I want the outlet of YouTube and long form content to be, and sharing the fun of jams and gigs to those who want it. But now let's talk about the big thing, the most important thing, the content or the art, music. My goal in music for 2025 is to release the things that I think are fun and like. I am not gonna think about an album or a big project or will other like it. I will release stuff when I feel like it, and my goal is to have a recurring release and have it every 3 weeks or 4 weeks. I haven't figured out the plan yet, but consistent releases of music, because I want to share music, because I think it's fun. And with that in mind, I will also be able to sync my content with the music. Because previously I created a song and recorded content, and then I released a song 6 months later when I was already tired of the song and the content wasn't aligning with the releases. But by making the cycle shorter for the release, I hope that you will feel the excitement with me more in the social media, and everything will be much more aligned between content and artistry. So let's summarize this video in one sentence. I'm going to make more music. I'm going to make the content more close to the music, and I'm going to talk to those who actually want to listen. That's my mindset and plan going into 2025. Stay creative. Peace.